Well, what a day it's been so far. Of course, there's been tons of Bungie news, loads of stuff going on over there. Unfortunately, lots of layoffs, which is all the stuff that you've been hearing about over the past 24 hours or so. And again, my heart goes out to all of the folks at Bungie affected by that. But in this video, we've got something different to talk about. Of course, it's the weekly reset. We've got the final week of Festival of the Lost right here, and we're jumping in today with the vendor video, so we'll cover what the vendors have got, the Eververse store, some of the featured rewards for the week and things worth knowing for the reset. Additionally, there is also a patch for the game today somehow, so we'll do our best to cover that in the video too. As always, I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you want to keep posted on Destiny stuff, get subscribed and I'll keep you up to date, but otherwise, let's get into it. Firstly, it is the final week of Festival of the Lost. We'll cover the Eververse store in just a moment, but naturally, as always, if you want to pick up any of the festival rewards, complete the event card, triumphs, whatever it may be associated with Festival of the Lost, these are the final few days to get it done. Bungie did buff the drop rates for Festival Eerie Engrams, so whether you want to focus those for exotics, get chances to pick up additional mementos, weapons, and all of that stuff, obviously that provides a benefit to that in these final few days. First up for today, we did actually get a hotfix for the game. It was a very small update as far as I could tell, as I pretty much missed it at the weekly reset. At this precise moment, there aren't any patch notes for the update. I would imagine they're going to be pretty minimal though, and for the purposes of this video, I didn't want to hang on because I don't know exactly when we're going to get them with everything going on at the minute, but if we do get some updates on that, I'll add it to the pinned comment below. Now getting into the game, once again, we've got bonus infamy this week, so worth taking advantage of if you want Gambit ranks. And otherwise, let's get into the Eververse inventory for the week. So right here on the front page, bearing in mind this is the final week of Festival, we've got the Ghastly Durance exotic emote available for 3,250 bright dust, so a classic Festival of the Lost emote right there available. And then we've got the Necrobeast Sparrow as well, which is 2,500 bright dust this week. Keep in mind, it's going to be at least a year until we get access to these things again, as far as we know. Then there is the Murder of Crows Transman effect, which is 450 bright dust as always. On top of that, for the front page shaders, we've got Clinging Cobweb available here. As always, all of the shaders are 300 bright dust. And additionally, there is the Flower Child shader available right there, which is rather garish. But over to the main bright dust section here, we've got the Pumpkin Carving exotic emote, which is certainly a cool Festival of the Lost one right there, and that's 3,250 bright dust. There's also the Skeletal Dance, a legendary emote right here, which is rather amusing, and that's 700 bright dust. And then we've got the Heart Powered Shell, which is 2,850 bright dust. That is a new one for Festival this year. The Fairy Tale Flight is available too, and this one's 2,000 bright dust. I think this might be a new one also. This is definitely new though, the Mourner Sparrow, which is 2,500 bright dust right there, but is a pretty interesting, pretty cool one actually. So certainly some new stuff for Festival this year. And then we have the Zombie Shuffle legendary emote, which is 700 bright dust, as we can see right here. We'll restart it as I think it was cut off a little bit there. Additionally, the Moonrise projection is available for 1,500 bright dust. And then for the second page shaders, we've got Shadow Strike available right here for 300 bright dust. There's also Skellige available on the second page right here. In addition to that though, there is the Nougat Delight, which I think is a new festival one. Then there is the Looming Moon Transman effect for 450 bright dust, but also the Only the Finest Transman effect, which is pretty nice as well. And finally, the Batwing Entrance Transman effect is available right there. So let us know down below any items you're grabbing from Eververse in this final festival week, and it'll be interesting to see if we get even more of the season's items available in the final few weeks before season 23. Moving over to Banshee though, right now, he's got an Arsenic Bite 4B with Moving Target and Archer's Tempo. There's also Retrofit Escapade with Turnabout and Golden Tricorn. And then the Staccato 46 Scout Rifle, with Triple Tap Focused Fury, and Funnel Web with Subsistence and Frenzy. On top of that though, there is Shepherd's Watch with Under Pressure and Demolitionist, but these weapons will change roles and things like that throughout the course of the week. On top of that, there is the Ragnhild D Shotgun with Perpetual Motion Elemental Capacitor, the Lodbrok C with Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie, and then we've got the Contingency Plan with Tunnel Vision Frenzy, the Combined Action with Zen Moment and Timed Payload. On top of that, there's Memory Interdict with Clown Cartridge and Wellspring, and finally, the Palmyra B with Ensemble and Explosive Light available. So keep in mind, weapons and roles will change throughout the course of the week, but let us know if you plan to grab anything from Banshee down below. Finally, at Shader 1 though, we've got the Kerek Type 2 armor right here, which is some vanilla D2 armor. So if you're looking to add to collections or look at stat rolls, you can visit on your characters. But for the featured shaders, which cost 10,000 glimmer, we've got Gold Leaf initially available right here. which is from back in Season of Opulence. There's also the Tangled Bronze, which I believe is one of the Tangled Shore shaders from back in the day. And then the Dead Orbit Vision, if you fancy repping some of the older faction shaders right there. Up next though, to cover some of the other featured activities this week, we do have the Devil's Lair for the featured Nightfalls, so it's a pretty farmable one, and additionally we should get the Warden's Law as the featured Nightfall weapon this week, so if you're looking to farm that or Nightfall stuff in general, it's a pretty good one to dive into this reset. And if we look at some of the popular roles for Warden's Law, we can see right here in the first trait slot, you can get 4th times the Charm, Perpetual Motion, Enlightened Action, also Moving Target, as well as Snapshot and Discord. But then that second slot can roll Vorpal Weapon, Kill Clip, Frenzy, Rampage, Zen Moment, as well as Shot Swap, so quite a few options on there. As we can see though, 4 times the Charm and Vorpal Weapon, or any of the other damage bonuses, Kill Clip and Frenzy are pretty popular. Depends what you want to use it for, but plenty of good rolls, and let us know down below if you're hunting one down still in the comment section. Otherwise though, the featured exotic mission this week is Vox Obscura, so if you want to craft Dead Messenger and you haven't done so already, obviously that can be earned inside of the mission, as can a bunch of Season of the Risen weapons and armor, so that's up for grabs this reset as well. And the farmable raid for the week is Vault of Glass, so if you haven't picked up Vex Mythoclast, which should be getting some buffs next season, it's a good time to jump in there. And of course there's all the rest of the Vault of Glass loot up for grabs this week. But finally, for the featured Lost Sectors this reset, today is K1 Communion dropping exotic legs. November 1st will be K1 Crew Quarters, which is dropping exotic gauntlets, and then we'll see Concealed Void dropping chest pieces on November 2nd, which is followed by Bunker E15 dropping helmets on the 3rd, but for November 4th it'll be Bay of Drowned Wishes dropping exotic legs. November 5th is Vel's Labyrinth dropping exotic gauntlets, and finally we'll see Exodus Garden 2A on November 6th, which is dropping exotic chest pieces. So good luck if you are hunting down any exotics in the game. And for today, that's what we have to talk about with the reset. Once again, I will keep you posted with news and events going on this week. Obviously we're hearing a lot of news from inside of Bungie, and I would imagine we'll get further updates in the fairly near future, so all I can do for now is keep you guys posted. Let us know if you are diving in for the final week of Festival, or whether you're now pretty much waiting for Season 23, which is going to kick off later in November. Man, my head is just spinning with everything that's been going on the past couple of days. I'm almost telling that to myself as I wrap this video up. I've got such a headache. Guys, cheers for tuning in as always. Do your best to have an awesome day, and I'll catch you all very soon.